Welcome to the Duck Dive. Today, we're embarking on a really fascinating exploration, actually. We're looking into what it truly takes to make a strong start in, well, pretty much any new field.
Right.
And our guide for this deep dive, it's an intriguing source, an outline for an episode called Essential Tools Every New Agent Needs. Now, it's tailored for real estate, sure. But before you think, oh, this isn't for me, let me just say, this outline seems packed with universal wisdom.
Definitely.
Our mission here is to pull out those core actionable insights for you. Sort of a shortcut to understanding the foundational bits of success, no matter what new path you're charting.
And what's exciting, I think, is how this source promises to go, beyond the obvious list of things.
Yeah.
It talks about real-world insights and practical advice. And that suggests it's not just about physical objects. It's strategy, mindset, how to navigate challenges. So whether you're launching a business, diving into a new career, or maybe just picking up a complex new skill, the principles we're going to uncover here, they're incredibly powerful, I think. We want to help you think strategically, not just about what you need, but really how to approach starting strong.
Okay, so what does this mean for you listening? Well, we'll be taking this real estate-focused outline and sort of translating its core ideas into broader, actionable wisdom. We're looking for the lessons, maybe the implied stories, and that practical guidance that can empower you directly, equipping you with the right mindset, the right strategies to really thrive, from day one.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's unpack this first big point in the outline. Essential tools every new agent needs. Now, when we hear tools, like I said, our minds often jump straight to physical things, right? A laptop, maybe a fancy camera, a CRM system.
Sure, the gadgets.
Yeah, exactly. But the outline quickly broadens that definition. It emphasizes key strategies, pitfalls to avoid, and practical guidance. So you're suggesting the tools are, more nuanced, maybe even intangible. Can you give us an example of what that actually looks like?
Absolutely. Okay, so think about a brand new real estate agent.
Yeah.
They're eager, right? Want to close deals. They might spend loads of time showing properties.
Right.
So a physical tool is obvious, their car, maybe an app for scheduling, viewing, something like that.
Yeah.
But an essential intangible tool, the kind this outline implies, is something like active listening.
Okay. Active listening. How so?
Well, it's not just hearing what a client says they want, 4 bedrooms, big yard. It's about digging deeper, understanding their underlying needs, maybe even unspoken desires.
Oh, okay.
They might say big yard, but maybe what they really mean is a safe space for their kids to play, or maybe a quiet spot for themselves. The agent who masters that kind of listening, they'll build trust faster, connect clients with the right home way more effectively than any gadget could.
That makes sense.
And honestly, this applies everywhere. Selling homes, launching an app, truly hearing and understanding your customer, your audience, it's fundamental. It's a tool for connection.
That's a fantastic example of an intangible tool. Okay, what about the other side? A common pitfall a new agent might hit, and how that teaches us a broader lesson.
Well, a classic pitfall. For new agents, definitely, but really for anyone starting something new, is what people sometimes call shiny object syndrome.
Yeah, I know that one.
Right. You see experienced folks using advanced tech. Maybe it's a drone for aerial property shots or some complex marketing automation software, and you immediately think, I need that. I need it all.
You feel like you're missing out.
Exactly. So you end up spending a fortune on every new gadget, every premium subscription, maybe before you've even nailed the basics or figured out your actual niche.
Right.
So the core insight here, and this applies to any new venture, is prioritize building those fundamental skills first. Understanding your core market. That often comes before dropping cash on expensive external tools.
So basics first.
Yeah. For a new agent, it's often way better to master lead generation through, say, personal outreach, building relationships, than it is to invest thousands in ads when you're not even totally clear on your unique selling point yet. Focus on impact, not just, acquiring stuff.
So master the fundamentals, understand your value first, don't get distracted by every bell and whistle. Okay. Building on that, the outline then emphasizes moving beyond just theory. It mentions examples, case studies, and tips to help listeners apply what they've learned. Really highlighting that jump from abstract knowledge to, actionable wisdom. How crucial is that application step, especially for someone who needs to get up to speed fast?
Oh, it's absolutely critical. Knowledge, in my book, is only truly valuable when it's not just understood in your head, but actively applied, put into practice.
Right.
So this part of the outline, focusing on examples and case studies, it's vital because it bridges that gap, which can feel huge sometimes, between abstract advice and concrete action.
Yeah, the how-to.
Exactly. For you, the learner, it means actively looking for those stories, the specific scenarios, the detailed breakdowns that make concepts stick. And more importantly, show you how to actually implement what you're learning.
Can you give an example there, like for the real estate agent?
Sure. So a new agent might learn a negotiation technique in a seminar, let's say anchoring, where you set an initial offer to influence the perception of value.
Okay.
Just knowing the definition of anchoring doesn't help much in the moment.
Oh.
A case study showing how an agent successfully used anchoring to get a better deal for their client. Now that makes the concept real.
You can see it in action.
Precisely. You see how it was done, the phrasing they used, the timing, the situation it worked in. It turns that conceptual idea into more of a mental blueprint for action.
Okay, I see. Without that application, it just stays theoretical.
Exactly. It's advice, but it's not a catalyst for change.
Yeah.
It's kind of the difference between knowing how to swim because you read a book about it versus actually getting in the water.
Right.
And for someone trying to get informed quickly, these applied examples are like mental shortcuts.
Yeah.
They'll let you visualize success, maybe anticipate challenges before you even face them. It cuts down that trial and error period, which is just invaluable when you're under pressure.
Okay, and then there's this little gem in the outline. It mentions a short, powerful, actionable, quick tip. In this world where we're just drowning in information, what's the real magic behind those, bite-sized insights, especially when you're starting out, everything feels kind of overwhelming?
Yeah, that's a fantastic point, especially now. Information overload is real. And sometimes, honestly, the most impactful insights do come in the smallest, most concentrated packages. A short, powerful, actionable, quick tip. It's not just convenient, it cuts through all the noise. It offers immediate value, often with a really clear single next step.
Simple and direct.
Yeah, it's like proof that sometimes less really is more when it comes to practical guidance. Think about that overwhelmed new agent again. So many tasks, right?
Totally. Like drinking from a fire hose.
Exactly. So a quick tip might be something like, before every single client meeting, spend just 5 minutes researching one new positive development in their preferred neighborhood.
Okay, simple enough.
Right? It's specific, it's easy to actually do, and it immediately makes the agent sound more knowledgeable, more personable. It's not some huge, complex strategy, but it's an incremental win. And those wins build confidence, they deliver real value.
Yeah, I can see how those small wins would really add up. Boost morale when you're feeling swamped.
Absolutely. They build momentum. They let you feel effective right now, without needing to totally overhaul your entire approach or master some massive complex system first. They're often like the first little footholds you get when you're climbing a mountain of a new challenge.
Why?
Gives you the confidence to keep climbing.
Yeah.
And for you listening, it's about spotting those micro actions that can actually have a macro impact on your progress.
Okay, so we've covered focusing internally, applying what you learn. Finally, the source points to an external resource, thriveinrealestate.org, as a guide. And it specifically mentions encouraging motivation to take the next step. Now, this feels like more than just providing info. It's about fostering continued growth, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
What does that tell us about, the ongoing nature of learning and the crucial role of continued support and resources when you're venturing into something new?
Yeah, if we zoom out a bit here, this really hammers home that learning isn't a one-off event. It's not like you take a course and you're done.
Right.
It is absolutely a journey. And frankly, it's often a communal one. Providing a dedicated guide like this website, thriveinrealestate.org, and specifically emphasizing motivation to take the next step. It highlights how important sustained engagement is, continuous learning, and maybe most importantly, having trusted resources, maybe even a community to lean on.
So it's not just about the initial training.
No, not at all. For a new real estate agent, this external resource could be a hub for networking with more experienced agents, finding mentors, getting updated market data, maybe specialized training on new rules or tech.
Okay, so it's about keeping that initial spark going, turning enthusiasm into something sustainable, rather than just hoping it lasts on its own.
Precisely. Because no venture is really a solo mission, is it? If you rely solely on your initial knowledge or just your initial burst of enthusiasm, you can burn out pretty fast. Having a platform or a community or even just one good mentor, it provides accountability, it gives you fresh perspectives, and it's a source of motivation when you hit those inevitable rough patches.
Yeah, those are bound to happen.
Absolutely. So it's about building a really solid foundation for long-term success, not just having a flashy quick start. Real progress usually comes from that cycle. Learn, do, reflect, and then seek out more knowledge and support to refine your approach.
Makes sense.
So for anyone starting something new, I'd say actively seeking out those communities, those mentors. It can accelerate your learning curve like crazy.
So wrapping this up, whether you're thinking about a career in real estate or really any other new path, our deep dive into this outline, it's revealed some genuinely universal truths, hasn't it?
It really have.
We've seen that essential tools aren't just the physical gadgets or the software. They're smart strategies, like that active listening example. They're having the foresight to avoid common traps like shiny object syndrome. And maybe most importantly, the ability to learn from other people's experiences. It's a much more holistic approach to getting prepared.
Absolutely. It values those intangible skills just as much, maybe even more, than a tangible asset sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think the key takeaway for you listening is that strong emphasis on not just gathering knowledge, but really applying it, using those examples, those case studies.
Making it real.
Exactly. And embracing those quick, actionable tips that give you immediate wins and build your confidence. Plus, recognizing the huge value of continuous learning and having that support system, whether it's a website, a mentor, a peer group, whatever works for you. It's ultimately about being thoroughly prepared, being resourceful when challenges pop up, and staying engaged with your own growth over the long term. That's what builds resilience, I think, and ensures that your initial excitement actually translates into lasting success.
And just to leave you with a final thought to chew on, something that builds on this, the source, remember, it gave us a teaser for its next episode, focusing on how to build your sphere of influence.
Right, connections.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, are the most essential tools in the long run less about what you buy and maybe more about who you connect with, how you nurture those relationships, the strategic networks you build?
That's a really interesting question.
Yeah, we encourage you to ponder that as you navigate your own learning journey and think about building your own sphere, personal or professional. It's a question that could really shift how we think about what's truly essential for success.